Even though I was a chemistry major and a secondary education minor, I still had the opportunity to take an art class. I took a lot of English classes because they were really of high interest to me, and so I was still able to explore passions and really be focused in on the things that I wanted to do, which was ultimately to be a high school chemistry teacher. I've been so fortunate when I was here at Carroll to know and be a part of the chemistry program through Dr. Hudson, Bud Hudson, and Dr. Watkins. Both of them really were meaningful in my life. After the first exam, I went with my drop card to see Dr. Watkins, and I had the card in my hand and said, I need to talk to you about this. I want to drop organic chemistry and I'm going to become an elementary ed major and blah, blah, blah. He said, hand me that card. So he took the card from me and he tore it up and he threw it in his wastebasket. He's like, I'm not going to let you do that. We'll get through this together. He's like, I'm going to support you, whatever you need, but there's a lot of young girls out there who need female chemistry and science teachers to be a mentor and a role model. He goes, and that's what you're going to do. That just always sticks with me, and the importance of relationships. And he needed to know a lot about who I was as a person in order for us to have that interaction. I started out in Greenfield in 1991 as a high school chemistry teacher, and I did that for 11 years. And then I became the high school assistant principal at Greenfield. Did that for 4 years, and then one July I got a phone call from my superintendent at the time and said, I'd really like to see you about your contract. I was like, oh my goodness, what did I do? Well, he saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, and so he invited me to become the elementary principal at Maple Grove Elementary School. And I found out that, good teaching and learning, whether it's you're teaching a 16-year-old or a 6-year-old, good teaching is good teaching. And then I went to the Nicolay School District and was their director of curriculum and instruction. And during that time, the school district of Greenfield superintendent job was open, and I applied and was selected to be their superintendent. And so I always say that I went back home because I spent a lot of time in Greenfield as a teacher and a coach and an assistant principal and a principal, and so it felt like going back home. I had a lot of relationships there. Obviously, the last 3 years have been really challenging with COVID in the pandemic and just meeting the needs of our kids. So often people are talking about learning loss. Kids didn't lose learning, because if you learn something, you have it, right? But their learning was certainly disrupted, and how we address that learning disruption has been a challenge, but a really important challenge, because what it's done is it's forced us to focus on kids as individuals as opposed to a full group. And so now we need to say, what does this child need today in order to be successful tomorrow? And we have to address their learning individually and personalize and individualize it, as well as continuing to keep them moving forward. I would say one of the things I'm most proud of professionally is being the first ever female superintendent in the Greenfield School District. I just think that's a great example for young girls and young women in our community and in the area. But I'm also so incredibly proud professionally of the team that I work with. I have such a strong team of leaders, my district office staff, our principals that we have, but I am really, really honored to work with an incredible group of professional educators and support staff who really put kids at the heart of what they do every single day. I'm really proud to be able to say that. Personally, I'm very also proud of my husband, who's also a Carroll alum, and works as a principal at a school here in Waukesha area, and is so kid-centered and focused and really gives 100%, and just so incredibly proud of my two talented kids. I'm so honored, I really am, for a lot of reasons. Carroll was a great place to be able to learn, grow, and succeed. I'm also very honored to be able to have the opportunity to be teaching at Carroll and learning with and alongside the future leaders at Carroll University. And so I hope that being a recipient of this award demonstrates to them that I'm here for them as well, and I look forward to helping them through their leadership career too.